Now to a real risk for the thousands of people rushing to get their real ID.
May 7th is the deadline, and we're learning consumer watchdogs are expecting a surge of scams targeting those trying to beat the clock. CBS News Chicago investigator Dave Savini here now with a new warning today. Dave.
And Joe and Erica, unfortunately, scam artists love government mandates like this, and just like the IRS scams or unpaid tollway scams, there's always room for a new fraud monster to come on the scene, and that's exactly the warning tonight.
Take a look at this line today here at this DMV facility in the Loop. As the May deadline approaches, there are warnings about a new imposter scam preying on people's fears about not meeting the federally mandated Real ID deadline in time.
Now serving A157.
Creating opportunity for fraudsters and scammers trying to steal your personal information.
It happened last time in 2021 when there was the original deadline that was subsequently canceled, but we saw that happen back then. So we're issuing the warning today because there will be an increase as we approach the May 7th deadline.
Steve Burness from the Better Business Bureau says the Real ID scam isn't occurring at the DMV facilities. It's occurring through direct fraudulent alerts warning you about the deadline or claiming there's some problem with your Real ID status.
Are the imposters posing as government employees?
That's the majority of the imposter scams that we see at the Better Business Bureau.
The BBB says the complaints have started to roll in since stories about the deadline started making headlines around the country, especially for those planning future airline travel.
Your ID for a second.
So the goal here by the imposters, the scammers, is to get your private information and maybe your banking account number.
Right. And any type of information they can use to steal your identity, that's still the fastest growing white collar crime today is identity theft.
The BBB warns these communications often appear legitimate with official looking caller IDs and convincing websites.
What do you do if you get an email or a text message or a call about this?
It's getting to a point we ask you not to answer your phones, even if, unless it's in your contact information, let it go to voicemail. It's just getting so bad out there.
And finally, the BBB says do not click on links involving the Real ID unless you are on a government website. If you do get an email or a text, report it to the BBB. They keep track nationally and they share it with police agencies. Joe and Erica, you always got to watch out with this kind of thing.
Right, and there are so many people still, like as you said, rushing to get them, could be taken advantage of.
They're lined up around the building.
Every day we see it, and that fear is what they prey on.
Right. Thank you, Dave.